What's up guys, I'm Ben and this is Kame Trick. Welcome back to another live stream. Tonight we're going to be shredding at Ebisu Minami, and then we're going to go to Drift Playground with the WDT streetcars. Drift Playground is a super popular track. If you've watched any Assetto Corsa drifting, I'm sure that you've seen some content from there. However, you probably haven't seen it with anything other than Tandem Buddies cars. And one of the things I like to do is bring the WDT streetcars, which are realistic to a pretty rad map like that. So look forward to seeing that. We may even do a little Touge drift, you never know. But we're gonna get started here at Ebisu Minami. Let's get into it. Going right over here, Matt says, stuff slowly opening back up, master being enforced. Yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, if there's even like a 5 or 10% chance that mask wearing is going to reduce the odds of transmission, that's 5% worth it, 10% worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. Let's get over this. Get back to normal. Get back to some real life drifting. But in the meantime, we are ready. You guys, as always, let me know if the audio is a little off here. Hopefully the balance is decent. We got some lo-fi beats playing. I have other options now too. So if you want to hear some EDM or some synthwave, maybe drop in a super chat, and we'll use that as our pay-to-play jukebox. We can switch it up. Damien, what is up? Brandon, what is up? Yeah, we're gonna try and get some proper drifts in at a proper track with some proper realistic cars. Nathan, next time, man, next time. All right, let's see. I think we're all set. Track map is not doing very much for me, so I'm just gonna send it and hope that I don't get obliterated or ruin somebody's run here. Okay, we have made it out onto the track. We're in the S13 Coupe, one of my favorite cars in Assetto for drift. Just trying to get my mind right here, since I literally haven't driven any. I never practice before the streams. We just roll right into it. Totally cold. Oh, I need more gearing there. Alright, that's a start. We're just going to warm up doing the entry a few times here. Just like they do it in real life. The boys save their tires. Enjoy that big entry. Little bit better. Still gotta go faster. Still got to go faster. We're getting there. Bang Gribble, what is up? Marco, say hey. Random Buddies is super overhyped. Tandem Buddies is not a bad pack. It's got its, you know, it's got its place in the world. But I gotta say, it's probably the most loved and the most hated pack out there. Let's get after it. It's a tolerable entry. Do I need third? I do need third through there. A little early there, should have waited till here. Not bad, not bad. We're off to a pretty solid start tonight, gentlemen. Oh, too hard. Oh, bad times. That was alright. Interesting, but it's alright. Just trying to find somewhere I can perch, watch a little bit of the action. There we go. So we got a few laps in. Not bad, not bad. DCSA, still can't get the jump right. Yeah, it's a little difficult. This map in particular is a lot easier because you see the 3 yellow poles, you can just drive right through them. If you actually have to zigzag around them, the angle that you come in and attack the wall at is like very much aiming into the wall and not like down the wall. So if you have a map where you can drive through that area, and all the IRL guys love that line as well, go straight through there, and then it's not so much a big feint, it's just like clutch kick in over the hill, and because the car comes disconnected from the road, that's when it picks up its angle. You don't necessarily have to throw it as hard as you would think, at least in Assetto. Formula 1 is back. Hey, that's good news. Tandos are kind of the training wheels for sim drifting. I like to call them the bullet time of sim drifting. But a lot of people don't have a belt drive wheel that can self-steer fast, so in a way, I honestly think that Tando Buddies aren't the worst thing ever because they compensate for the fact that you need a better wheel, so you can go. How much horsepower for a car is good for drifting in real life? Right, yeah, we can answer that real quick. So let's see, this is an R32 Skyline at Ebisu, just as an example, and it probably makes sub 300 or about 300. I think that if you can, it's really about torque for me. If you can get to the vicinity of 250, 260 foot-pounds of torque, you can do pretty well. So that's kind of my recommendation. Hey Damien, my day is going well. Me, myself, Mac as well, what's up? I tend to run around 310 wheel, something like, it's not a lot. That sort of gives you an amount of power where the tires last a pretty long time. You know, you can get 20 laps pretty reliably out of a set if you take brakes, which a lot of times in the summer the car will need brakes. So here we're on board with me and my car, and this is a, like I said, 310 wheel horsepower car, currently chasing, I think, a supercharged 350Z and then a X drag racing Corvette, so those guys are making in the 400s. And most of the time I don't have any problem keeping up. We're coming into a second gear section of the track right here on the video, and as you can see, I don't really have any issues getting close. It's going to squeeze us down into a super tight hairpin where you need torque to pull out from, and then here you'll see we go back into a fast section and the guys just leave me a little bit. So they're probably getting into third. I'm either top of second or third, and then we can catch up a little. So just to give you an idea, I really think the sweet spot is around 300 wheel and at least 250 foot-pounds of torque, or whatever that converts to for where you're at. Yeah, 200 would be tough in an FC, I feel like. Dugog, what is up? I'm the dude that lost the clamp to his T150. Oh no. Well, man, you're gonna have to do the best you can. Sorry about that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, no, the Tando cars will help you out to get started for sure. All right, let's cut a few more laps. Just wanted to catch up, say hey for a little bit. Try not to get assassinated. Angle sometimes. to third. We'll get some speed on here. Oh, too hard. Too early. If you cut over too early, you're just going to eat shit and hit the wall. It's alright. We're going to follow this S14. Well, we will for a minute. The back section is really fun to drift, and a lot of people don't end up doing it. Kind of missing out, to be honest. Alright, let's get lined up. Try to initiate just a hair later on that turn in. It was too late. Straighten that out. I gotta pick my marks back up. I'm not exactly warmed up or in the zone just yet. Always gotta stay vigilant. For our lead cars. Try not to punt them too hard. We almost did an outside pass. Wow. Pop up to third and come out behind these three gentlemen. We got team condiments here. Red, white, and yellow, so ketchup with the lead, followed by mayo and mustard. I guess it's double mayo because I'm in a white car too. Team sandwich. Shout out to the homie Dan Brockett out in Albuquerque for being the originator of Team Condiments as far as commentary jokes. Is it No Coast Drift Party 9? Oh, I'm dead. I always send it too early there. Cracked me up. Let's see what more we can do here. I'm still in the bad habit of getting a little too excited on that jump, just sending it in a little early. I don't actually practice this track a whole lot, and it shows. Too much. It's alright. Oh, we're dodging. We're dodging. Tactical dodge, boys. Oh. I saw my simulated life flash before my simulated eyes. Whew. That was some weird glitch or lag, but like my force feedback died along with it. That was spooky. Wow. We are alright though. Not a problem. I am going to wait up here for a moment and find someone to follow down the hill. Hydration provided by alcohol tonight. The only way to hydrate. Alphazan, what is up? Toxic Tube, do I have a story where I drifted on the streets and got in any trouble? I have been pulled over by local and state before. I have never been ticketed, fortunately. I've done a little bit of street drifting back in the day. It's beyond the statute of limitations at this point, but I think a lot of people have a story like that, especially folks. Oh, too late. Especially folks who got into drifting a long time ago when drift events themselves were not actually popular. There was not a whole lot of venues where I could attend. So I was driving out of state to attend events. Right, so I was driving from out of state to attend events, and occasionally I would, have a good opportunity to practice locally. So I've been, well, the main time I get pulled over, honestly, is anytime I need to break in a diff. I get pulled over on diff break-in, like, constantly, and it's so annoying. I've been pulled over breaking the diff in my 8.6. I've been pulled over breaking the diff in my 240. And it's always a cop that's like, so I've been watching you go in circles for like, 20 minutes now, and I figured that you were drunk. And I'm like, nah, here's the install procedures. I'm just trying to find a place out of the way when it won't trouble people and when you guys won't show up. But here you are, and everybody's always been cool about it. So there's that. Yeah, I've had a few other moments as well, but I've been fairly lucky. Oh, chat with the stories. Why do some cars need a lot of clutch kick, slow rev to get grip, and some cars don't? Yeah, sure, I can do that. So basically, what you are dealing with is the balance of traction and power that the car has. Cars without a whole lot of power typically require extra clutch kicks in order to drift. And cars with tons of power, so like low power could be a low power SR20, a KA24 type car, etc. Big power could be a V8 or a JZ swap. Stuff along those lines. Stalled it pretty hard there. Whoops. So in general, your low power cars are going to require those clutch kicks. The other reason, though, could be something as simple as the traction balance. And that means that even if you've got a V8 car, if you put like FD tires onto my car, which makes 300 wheel and does pretty well, but if you put like Achilles 123s onto it, then it would struggle to spin them at any decent speed. Likewise, even if you had a car with 200 wheel, if you run really low grip tires and really low grip settings, like a lot of rear camber where you don't have much traction patch, zero toe for example, so so the car doesn't have much forward bite. All things that you can slide on a scale, basically, and control how easy the car is to drift. Man, I always do that a little bit late. It's either too early or it's too late. I should really follow somebody who's got this figured out. Got off so easily, had the same experience breaking the clutch. Oh, man. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, I was in the city, so I don't know if it was worse in the countryside, for example. But it's really not been too bad for me most of the time. Whoa, send it, buddy! Haha! That was epic. Strategy, some visual reference points for how to get through here, because I'm clearly jumping early. I guess I'll have to just go slow so that I can actually see what's happening. Alright, let's try to figure this out. People are going to be annoyed. Just trying to wait for a break in traffic. Oh, I need to come in more from the left, actually. Just a little bit. And I think that that'll help. So I think what I'm doing is I'm so far off to the far right that when I turn in, I'm kind of pinched by the wall, and so it makes my turn pretty positive towards the left. And if I line up a little bit off of this extreme side of the wall, then when I turn in, I'll be able to do so really facing a little bit more towards the wall. And that should counteract the issue that I'm having. So what if I start? Oh boy. Alright, well, we get to call a mulligan for that. It's alright, things that happen when you're live. Maybe I should do some practicing outside of all this mess. Let's try this. Let's try this slightly different line. Oh, too slow. So I'm going to come in more towards the middle. Okay, well, clearly I was too slow. Kind of got the car sideways late. Not really sure what I was thinking there. But the line seemed to work out. It shot me at a different trajectory, which is exactly what I needed. So, we'll get sideways back at the normal spot here. Come around and see how much better that does. Because now I can control my wheel speed. It'll take a little getting used to. But that's definitely better. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. I may not be able to say no to chasing down this train of cars. Oh, little tap there. Go, bud. Alright. Oh, that was too much. Trial and error. Get around to it. quite difficult for me to overcome today. But the joy is in overcoming it on your own, using your skills, or lack thereof, to figure out what to do. That's how you build confidence as a driver, and how you build skills as problem solving. Granted, it's ideal if you solve a problem in a couple of runs. But I'm purposefully experimenting with different things than what I would normally do at this turn, so of course my rate of error is going to be higher. That was decent. Wasn't the prettiest, but the concepts were there that I want. Connor, what is up? Thank you for sending it. Welcome to Kame Trick. This is a channel where we drift in the simulator and we drift in real life. More so in the simulator lately for obvious reasons. A little too hard there on the brakes. That was acceptable though. So we're going to swing it around the tires here. Get up into third. Come in with a little bit of a sharper angle of attack. And there it basically is. That was approximately what we want. Still could be closer to the wall, but I'm not too worried about it, if I'm honest. Oh, that's bad. I knew that that was going to be bad. The car came unstuck just as we were crossing the hill. And that effectively means that, oh, fell through the map. I was going to try to go up and spectate for a second. This might be a better area to do that from. Yeah, there we go. From right there. Zach says, I want to drift IRL, but my engine blew up in that car. My daily got wrecked by a semi a week ago. Ooh, rough times. Sorry to hear that, man. Chat with all the good stories, reminiscing. Taken into a police station, placed in a holding cell for doing burnouts. Tim, that's rad. I mean, it sucks, but it's also rad. Like, that's a cool story. One of those things that, like, the farther you get from when it happened, the more rad that it, it becomes. Pred Rider, what's up, man? Son has you hostage playing Roblox. How is Roblox? I hear about it a lot from some of the younger guys on our Discord, but I haven't actually tried it before, and I don't have any youngster of the age to make me try it. But I hear there's cars and drifting in it, so you know, maybe you can reverse engineer this into car time with the boy. TJFC, I actually have G29 settings in the Discord. There's a channel called settings-Logitech that you can check out, so hop in there. Connor, thank you for the sub. I may have already said that, I think I did, but yes, appreciate you. How do I keep it straight without manjing? I mean, basically, we're talking about how do you use throttle without making the car drift, and that's all going to come down to the way that you apply the throttle. If you snap onto it really quick, for example, you can upset the traction of the car and cause it to spin out. If you roll into it slower, then it will hold longer. Also, there's just a straight up amount of throttle that you can give. Bro, blocking my view, thank you for that. The spectators appreciate you. There we go. Sim racing and drifting. I'm so glad to say that I can finally drift. Indeed, welcome to the crew. Am I better or worse while sipping? Now that's the $1 million question. I don't really think I get that much worse, but here's the fact. I really don't try as hard as I can during the streams. I'm very much like in a chill zone. Like, I'm an entertainer first and foremost. I want to show you guys a good time. I want to hang out. I want to pass on some knowledge when I can and answer questions, but for the most part, just the entire broadcaster persona is not quite as active and accurate and focused as me if I was driving, you know, offline or not in any sort of voice communication. So I'm probably about the same most of the time, but if I really get into the zone, I think I can probably drive better without. But yeah, it doesn't mess me up much. Smart decision. So I screen around on the map and clip through the map because I reach terminal velocity. Heck yeah. Cool. We got a pretty good group here going on. Got 70 viewers. Thank you guys. We got up to our 30 likes. We need 30 more. Offensive bias, what's up? Yeah, man. Having fun. Having fun. Alright, you guys ready for a couple more laps? Does anybody want to hear something different? We got EDM, synthwave, and the present lo-fi that we're playing. I'm just gonna teleport back to get out onto the pits. Maybe. Oh, nope, that dude is not going out. So I like this track for the fact that you can... well, it is possible that some people come out super wide, but most people don't. Most people drive on the actual track. So, usually, of course I have to say it and then it didn't work. Drive on the outer apex there. Narrowly avoid that car stopped on the road. No problems here, because it's the Kame Trick live stream. Right out to the wall. Throw it up the hill here. Now this section is a little tough. We'll come off throttle after we get it sideways and then roll back in. Off and roll back in again. In this case, to dodge that minty skyline. But also because it's far too easy to pull way too much speed up the hill there. Alright, up to third. Ooh. Should have left foot braked. That was actually pretty solid angle-wise. I ought to have left foot braked there. I just honestly didn't think that it was going to go that well, so I didn't bother. Got a lead from a James Dean lookalike. Little tap. Didn't really intend to give it. Oh man, hard braking there on the transition for basically no reason in my book. Oh, too much. Alright, let's see if we can prove my theory true here by not having anybody cut in on me. Yeah, see, that's how it normally works. And then you can just roll it up here and it's fine. Oh, big airtime there. Dude sent it. Oh, I'm sorry, guy. I really wish the track map wasn't broken on this map, because I am not in VR and I can't look over my shoulders. Man, if I had a direct drive wheel, honestly, like, it would be terrifying to drive in live lobbies. I could just get annihilated while I wasn't paying attention and rip off my fingers or something. Okay, up to third. Gonna take that slightly more shallow line that I was talking about, which will let us whip towards the wall a little easier. I was late on the left foot brake. Just gonna do some entry practice. Always a good time. Oh, I had car radar. I normally don't need it because most maps don't have a jacked up track map. And I'm on triples, so I can see pretty far, but of course I can't see behind me. Maybe I'll get it back and I'll put it in like the corner of the screen where you can't see it normally. But I don't need it for what it's designed for 90% of the time. Yep, that's what happens if you don't brake coming over that hill there. It's a little bit out of control. About time to find some folks to follow. Follow this courthouse car. Oh, this is gonna end poorly, I already know. The circus, we got the lovely different skill sets and driver levels. Oh, I must have failed at clutch kicking at some point in there. Bogged the engine down real good. a little wall tap. Seen worse. We'll run it out to the wall again. Not bad. Alright. Let's get another good one here. Follow the S15 yet again. Now that was it. That was sweet. Alright, let's get one more of those. Oh, that's not going to be good. That little curbing gets you every time. Rema, lag is actually not bad. I'm not having any issues at all. There's only been like one, and that was early on. Nathan got the new wheel, very nice. Fortnite, you would need to hit up the crew in OTM about the ban. Typically that happens from pulling out in front of people, big trains, because a lot of these Japanese circuits let you pull out onto the main straight as people are doing their big entries. But I don't actually manage that, so I don't have any control over that. But if you want to at Rema TV, he might be able to give you some explanation on what's up, or you can hit him up. He's one of the mods in my Discord as well. Dark Director Advance, how do I join? Yeah, sure, we'd be happy to have you. We got 29 people shredding in the server right now, so it's a good time. We basically need to have you go into the Kame Trick Discord, down in the description. It's free, but I do want you to join the Discord, become part of the crew, and there in the KT Announcements channel up at the very top, you'll be able to find all the information as far as the downloads, invites, etc. Offensive Bias has just got my track IR in. Interesting. Yeah, so triples are nice. I mean, you can see a ton. I posted on my Instagram story before I went live here, just a video kind of showing a look around all the directions that you can see. And I've got close, I don't have 180 degrees, but I've probably got every bit of 165 or 170. It's not bad. 1660 Super though, I'm not too sure about that. I am running an RTX 2070 and it doesn't have any problems at all. So that might be the biggest issue. 61 viewers, shout out to you guys. Kamikaze, I kill it. Thank you, thank you. I do my best. There are better drivers, but I try to do a good mix of strong driving, strong drinking, strong language, and entertainment. Nah, that's not true. I don't drink strong drinks. Oh man, it's so fun and challenging predicting when the lead car is going to get onto the brakes right there. Oh, early, what am I doing? I'm just gonna let the fact that this is a sim save my ass for that one. Sorry, bud. Oh no! I tried to get out of the way. I should have just teleported. This will either go very well or very bad. Oh, very bad. I didn't have space to predict, and I just had to go off my gut, and I thought, oh, he'll wait a little bit longer. Didn't quite get it. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh man, that was pretty gnarly. Got to join in with this crew. Pretty sure I know who these guys are. Little demolition derby action. There's a burst pass, and then there's a bust pass. That was definitely a bust. It's too wide, I'm not about it. Let's just do a clear track lead attempt here. So we're staying in third, cutting a little bit too aggressively inside. Oh my. Never a dull moment. Did not get enough angle there. It's alright. 10 o'clock. It is close to time for our second map. So we've been doing a very hard track, and the KT Drift Bash always brings out a ton of drivers. Sometimes I challenge everybody, that'll be third gear, with tracks that the beginner and intermediate driver is just not ready for. And this is one of those times. But our second track is going to be Drift Playground. Didn't get any traction coming up the hill. So my one complaint with the WDTS S13, I feel like it lacks for front traction sometimes, and it kind of understeers. Not badly, but just enough that, like, coming unweighted off the hill there, for example, it's a moment where it's not ideal. Oh no, I left the, that's alright. This footage is way cooler than my driving, honestly. I'm down. It's fine. It's all fine. Honestly, you guys don't watch enough of my IRL stuff anyway, so there you go. I'm making you watch it while I just have fun driving, because that's how we roll. Go back to that video library. Check out that IRL Drifting with Kame trick playlist. It's a good time. Alright, time to request map change. We'll see how well that works. We're just going to chill for a little bit while that takes place. Just getting a few things set up. Oh, also some cool server news. So our Discord turned a year old this month, so that's pretty rad. And next month is going to be my 1-year anniversary of live streaming. So another thing that's pretty cool. Feels like it's been a year. A year of me not switching off of my camera of my IRL footage stream. You know, I didn't choose the streaming the wrong camera life. The streaming the wrong camera life chose me. Trucks tonight? No, we're not doing trucks tonight. I will do something fun again, but we'll see. Would be nice if there were sometimes we drove on high-speed tracks, like Scuba. There are truck mods, yes. Yeah, thanks, Brad. I appreciate it. Game to get is Assetto Corsa or real life 240SX. Best belt drive wheel for the price. I think the Fanatec CSL Elite is probably the best one for the price. I use the Club Sport. Your more affordable budget is going to be a Thrustmaster 300. And those are fine when you get one with good quality control, but it seems like those wheels are a little hit or miss. They're either like great or something breaks and you have to like RMA and send it back. Drift Playground does have a smaller number of pit slots, I'm pretty sure. So that's fine. It's a tiny track, and it's going to get wild, super wild. But that, boys and girls, that is for the Twitch stream. So I will see you over there right now. It is time to go into your phone, your browser, whatever it is, and type in these letters: www.twitch.tv/Kame. And hit the good old enter button. Bam! There you go, if you didn't know. Because we do this every time. We start out the stream on YouTube, and we bounce over to Twitch to hang out with that fam over there. So it is time for Drift Playground. We've got it loaded up. I am in, and I'm just going to pop over into that server, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys very much for checking out the stream. I stream every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time until midnight, half YouTube, half Twitch. I will probably be adding more stream nights in the future. Just depends on how we go. And Joe, yes, I am on PC. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on Twitch. Peace.